What's good, guys? It's your boy Kurt, coach of the East Coast Bishop, bringing you the draft analysis for the TCL, or the Terminus Championship League. This is run by my good friend, it's Danny Mac. I'll put all of his stuff in the description too, because he basically asked me to apply to play as well. But yeah, so it's an 8-person. There's 2 different leagues. We got in the Championship League. There's the Challenger League as well. We got first pick in the Championship League, and I was really undecided on what I wanted to go being first pick. There was a lot of mons. There was mons like Dragapult, Melmetal, Landorus. They burned Urshifu single strike, but there was like Tornadus, Zygarde, just a lot of really good mons. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to go, but in the end, I decided to go with Mew because it just offers a lot for me to work around and build. So I can use this as a really good starting point with base 100s across the board. Gets pretty much every move. So being able to work with its moveset, I can run physical, special, defensive, offensive. I can run it as like a status absorb mon with synchronized base 100s across the board, mean that I have a lot of room to work with my stats and the way I play it. I get some really good utility moves with Taunt, Super Fang, moves like that. So that's really cool. A lot of really good all the good shooter moves. So I can have like flip turn and stuff like that if I feel like I want to hit a fire type for super effective attack, and I can do that. Just a lot of really cool moves, and I can run some really cool stuff with like Imprison and a moveset that basically counters another Pokemon. So that could be really nice. Just a lot of really cool moves on this mon. So to pair with this, coming back around on the wheel, I picked up Garchomp. I needed a physical breaker. It starts my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. It's relatively bulky with 108 HP, 95 defense, and 85 speed def. It gets a lot of good moves again. Its dual stab in Dragon and Ground are just amazing. Spam in Earthquake, and if it's resistant to Earthquake, it generally gets hit by Dragon Claw, except for a couple of Pokemon. It gets moves like Swords Dance with Scale Shot, so it can boost its own speed while doing a lot of damage. There's a lot that it can do that I really like with this team, and it can run mixed pretty easily as well with 80 special attack. Sorry, being able to abuse like Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, and stuff like that. If I need to break something that could stop Garchomp from potentially sweeping physically, I can just drop a Draco or something on it to break it that way. So that's really nice. That's the main part with Garchomp. And it also gives me a really good reliable ground type to pivot in on electric type Pokemon. So to pair up with this, I needed to get my steel type, I needed to get a fire type as well. I picked up Heatran, so this is a little bit slower, but it does give me a fire immunity. It gives me a really good bulky steel type that can set up Stealth Rocks so that Garchomp doesn't have to and Mew doesn't have to. I'm allowing Mew to run more rolls by doing this. It's not forced into rocks every week. So being able to do that is really nice. And it's not to be slept on with base 130 special attack. So uninvested, this mon does a lot of damage. And has a lot of coverage with like Dragon Pulse and Earth Power. As well as just its dual stab typing of Fire and Steel, just hitting so much. And again, some really good coverage with Scorching Sands could be kind of fun. It's got Steel Beam if I want to just run specs and just do a lot of damage. And yeah, there's a lot of moves that this one can do. It has speed control as well with like Bulldoze. It can trap things, so I can run Magma Storm and keep things in on me, say like a Chansey or a Blissey or even a Toxapex. I could use it to 1v1 a Toxapex, which could be really nice. So I noticed, because it was my wheel, so I picked up them. On the way back to me, I was thinking about my speed tiers, and I was really lacking in the speed tier front for my highest speed mon being Weevil. That really didn't look good for me in the long run. A lot of good mons could run Modest, Adamant. So I picked up Weevil gives me base 125 speed, meaning Pokemon like Coco can't run Modest, can't run Adamant, can't run anything like that. So that was the main idea with this, and this is a really good Ice and Dark type Pokemon. Getting triple Axle with base 120 attack and Swords Dance, this just does so much damage. It gets Icicle Crash, Priority Ice Shard, it can knock off, just and do a lot of really, really good things for this team. It can run some interesting moves too, like X Scissor, and it's also got like Throat Chop if I first like a Sylveon or something, Poison Jab to hit Fairy types. It's even got Iron Tail as Steel type coverage, Low Kick to hit Dark type Pokemon, and just a lot of really, really good utility on this one, as well as a really fast Taunt user. So to pair with this, I needed a Fairy type, I needed a Grass type, so I also half finished my Fire, Water, Grass Court, but also finishing my Dragon, Fairy, Steel. I picked up Tapu Bulu, base 130 attack with Grassy Terrain, boosting its Stab, as well as Wood Hammer, and just even Horn Leech, just doing a lot of damage. It's a really bulky mon as well, in general. Base 115 defense with 95 SPDF. This mon can take a hit and basically heal it all back off with Horn Leech in the right situations. Getting close combat in Sword and Shield was huge for this mon. It doesn't have to lower its attack, so it can just spam close combats. It's got Darkest Lariat to hit Psychic types and stuff. High horsepower. There's a lot of really, really good moves. It's another Taunt user. I have a lot of mons with Taunt on this team. It's got Mega Horn for those bulky Psychics. So yeah, this is a really, really nice mon for this team, and I'm really looking forward to using this mon. Pairing it with Garchomp, probably not amazing, but I can still work around that. Terrain isn't permanent, and I'm not always going to be picking Earthquake with Garchomp. There's a lot of other things it can do. This just supports the rest of my team really, really well. Being able to get passive healing on mons like Mew and Heatran and Weevil, which Weevil the big one, because generally it'll probably be running like Live Orb or Choice Band, so it won't be able to recover any health. So getting passive recovery after doing damage or killing a Pokemon is going to be huge for this thing. So next up, I needed a bulky water. I picked up my Lodic. This is just a great mon in general. Especially now that it got Flip Turn and Dragon Dance, so it can do a lot of different things. There's a lot that I feel like I'm going to be having a lot of fun with this. Just being able to either boost up my physical, just if I feel like I want to run like a waterfall set or something like that. That could be really, really nice. A lot of natural bulk with 79 defense and 125 SPDF, but getting Marvel Scale, meaning I can use this as a Burn Absorber or a Scald Switch in every single time, is really, really nice, because having a Scald Switch in with this team is going to be absolutely crucial. Considering my only other Scald Switch in is Mew, and I don't really want that getting burned every single week, because that could just be annoying chip. So this being able to get burned and get a defense boost out of it is absolutely massive. That's generally what I picked this one for. I just needed a bulky water type that had reliable recovery, but it's got a few cool little different moves that I can use with it. I feel like this is going to be a mon that really, really supports this team. So to pair with this, I needed a bulky normal type because I was scared of offensive ghost types. So I picked up a low tier Kangaskhan. I love this mon. I've drafted this mon a lot. I won't even lie, but this mon is great. You can invest more in special defense and get less invest less in HP, and you get more out of it, so you can do a little bit more damage or outspeed a certain mon or something like that. So this stat spread just looks really, really good, especially with this thing being a fat Wish Passer, which really again helps my Weevil and my Garchomp. So this is going to be huge. I guess Terrain Pulse, which is something that could be interesting. It obviously doesn't have a great special attack stat, but being able to get say Energy Ball, if they're going to try and send in a bulky physical water type, I can deal with it that way. It's got Wish, it can yawn things. It's even got moves just like Seismic Toss. Being able to just, slowly chip away at mons is going to be massive. Getting that consistent 100 damage every single time is just a huge thing for this mon. It's got Roar, so it can pivot things out. Again, I can put things to sleep. It can Endeavor if I really want it to, which is something that could be fun. Yeah, I'm really happy with this mon. It's also got priority with Fake Out, so being able to just deal with that could be really, really nice. So going around on the next wheel, I realized that I was running a little bit low on I was running a little bit low with removal. So that was a big thing. So I think I paired this with I didn't pair, I forget which I paired which with, but next up I picked up good old Mr. Rhyme. So this is a fun mon. 110 special attack. It gives me spin, which in this is now a speed boost. It's got freeze dry. Ice Psychic typing is really, really nice. I'm doubled up on their Ice and Psychic. But that's not what this one's here for. It also gives me a way to, if they bring screens, if they have a dedicated screens leader, the ability Screen Cleaner can get rid of that. So that's really, really nice. And just a lot of cool moves like that. It's also got Nasty Plot. So Rapid Spin, Nasty Plot with dual stabs could be extremely scary if my team can deal with their dark types easily. So say like it's an Incineroar and I beat the Incineroar, this mon could be an absolute threat to a team. It could even be a threat to just general teams, even with a good dark type, just because of Freeze Dry, being able to do so much damage at +2, or even just Ice Beam, or even Blizzard could be fun. So yeah, this mon does a lot for this team. I really, really like what this mon has to offer in the way of its coverage and removal, being a relatively bulky Ice type. It's not amazing with bulk, but a relatively bulky Ice type's really nice. So last up, I needed something in between Weevil and Garchomp. That was the big thing. Weevil and Garchomp had a massive gap in between. So I picked up Taurus, just last little bit of a budget. Taurus is really, really nice for this team. 110 speed tier, sheer force boosted fire blasts, ice beams, blizzards, thunderbolts, thunders. Just a lot of different moves, even Zen Headbutts or something like that. Just sheer force with base 100 attack and Life Orb just makes this one absolutely terrifying. Some transfer moves as well that can really, really take what this mon can do, like Strength, or even something like Water Pulse if I feel like I need to hit a... I don't know what I'd need to hit with that, but it could just be nice to have like Water Pulse or something like that. So there's just a lot of really, really good moves that this mon gets. But it's also a really good Intimidate user. If I don't feel like running Sheer Force, I could run like a bulkier Intimidate mon. As well as Anger Point's not as amazing, but like an Intimidate set could be really, really nice. Just because being able to nerf something's physical attack could be really, really nice. So that's basically all for this draft. There wasn't a whole lot going on. It's only an 8-man draft. I spent a lot of my points early on with the Mew, Garchomp, Heatran, Weevil, and Tapu Bulu. So near the end, I had to go very budget, but I'm happy with this team. I think that this team could go a really, really long way. I'm really looking forward to using this team week 1 versus Omakai. I don't know how I'm going to go with that yet, but I'm really, really looking forward to this. So I'll see you guys when I upload week 1.